What do you make of this? How big a problem is this going to turn out to be?
This is the world getting a taste of what we journalists do when we work on holidays, that things that aren't as big news as they typically would be bubble up to the top. Look, we've had a shortened trading week here in the United States. In Arab countries, people are off for Eid. London had some trading issues earlier in the week. So the bottom line is this is not a robust trading week. So things that are just bubbling become much more important. That is not to say this is not significant. That is to say this is not the calamity and the catastrophe people thought it was overnight. Looking at overnight Asian markets and futures in the U.S., yes, the Dow's down 158 points. It was down 200, and some people were speculating it would start off 300 lower. It's important. It's not a crisis.
Richard, what do you think?
I think Ali's hit the nail right on the head. I mean, the point is, the markets had been looking for an excuse to correct or to trade down. Any reason would have done, any port in a storm. The Dubai issue gave them that reason. Now, having said that, that's the international market perspective, and that's why we've seen the European markets bouncing along. The US might retreat, it might pull back just a little bit more. For Dubai, however, this is a very big deal, Jonathan, and it's a very big deal for a variety of issues. This goes to reputational, it goes to managerial, it goes to prudence, it goes to all sorts of core values that you look for in a financial center.
And by the way, this isn't some piddly little place that's off the beaten track. Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, this has been the heart of so much focus. They've benefited from good oil money, but they've also benefited from just this global boom in trade. They're a trade center of the world. They're the old ports that they used to be. Here's the other thing, Richard and Jonathan. This could just be a sneeze. This could be a flu. Here's the worry here.
That's what I want to jump in on.
We've got inflated markets right now.
Well, not just inflated markets. People are saying that this may be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to commercial real estate. We have seen residential housing markets really hurt the U.S. financial system. People are saying this may be the tip of the iceberg on commercial property.
I would compare this more directly to Las Vegas or Phoenix in the United States, where there was just so much overbuilding, less representative of the larger commercial real estate bubble that we're seeing across the United States and across Western Europe. That's just that's sort of not as exaggerated as what you've seen in Dubai. Dubai has just been, Richard, you spent a lot of time in that part of the world in the last few years. I have too. It's unbelievable. It's inconceivable to the Western mind what is going on in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and places like that.
Now, one of the reasons you both are so confident, and I'll put this question to you, Richard, is that there's ultimately oil in the region. The UAE has oil, which Wall Street doesn't, so fundamentally there'll be something to back the debt up.
And that is what makes this particular incident so interesting. For weeks, if not months, the Dubai and Abu Dhabian authorities had basically led the market to believe that if a crisis happened, Dubai would be bailed out. Even as recently as just a couple of weeks ago, His Highness the Sheikh in Dubai told people to shut up when trying to draw lines between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Well, guess what happened? For whatever political reason, they decided to let Dubai World and Nakheel, the developer, go to the wall effectively. They're going to restructure the debt. But the market wasn't warned about it. And I think that is the important one. Nobody, and I think Ali might agree with me here, nobody believes that Dubai is going to go bust in toto.
Right, that is
Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, there's enough oil money there to keep the thing going and budgeting. But it's the way you handle it that's really quite disturbing in this case. And
it's, as I say, it's a holiday-shortened week. We'll have to see how this plays out when everybody's back in the game next week. But for now, I think it's a contained matter. Now, I don't want to be the guy who had the famous last words to say this is contained.
What does this do, though, and this goes back to Richard's point about Dubai's ambitions to become another Frankfurt, another London, another New York?
Oh, I don't think it fundamentally hurts them long-term. I think anybody who spent the last few years looking at Dubai or Abu Dhabi and all the great hotels and the great developments and ski hills and fantastic airlines needs to sit there and say, this can't go on forever. It couldn't go on forever. When they had the money, they built a remarkable infrastructure, and that will help them for the next 2 or 3 decades.
Richard Quest, last word to you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because remember the old phrase, when the good times come back again, people will forget what's happened. And you know the old phrase, why do people rob banks? Because that's where the money is.
That's where the money is.
Why will people invest in that part of the world? Why will they want to do large infrastructure projects? Because that's where the oil wealth is.
Right.
So a hiccup, a warning that needs to be taken seriously, but perhaps no long-term damage.
Yeah.
Richard Quest, Ali Velshi. Gentlemen, we thank you both for being with us.